The following broadcast is a presentation of the ND Sports Channel.
Kobe Johnson, serve up and over. Fix sets it up. Bailey Nelson puts it down for point 22.
Here's the pitch. Swung on, hit high in the left center field, and that is gone! It's a 3-run home run for Anagon, and that increases the lead to 16-2.
It'll be Ethan Olson taking the kick. And he'll put it right on goal and right into the goal! Ethan Olson on a free kick from intercepted by Sorensen. Now Sorensen still at the puck, tries a centering pass, bounces back onto her own stick. Now it got deflected and it goes in! And I believe Sorensen might get credit for that as it bounced off a skate or a stick on its way to the goal.
Kaylee Jackson, three-pointer up, and no, that one won't go in. Tana Lick pulls down the deep offensive board. She'll put up a three. That one's in and we're tied! Okay, didn't have the microphone on there. We apologize for that. 17:43 to go here in the first half. Knew something was wrong when I couldn't hear what I was saying. So once again, Grand Forks Central in the dark jerseys going from right to left, and Fargo South in the white jerseys going from left to right. The near wing is Maddie Myerold, and now she dribbles up top. Passes it over to the far side, 7 on the shot clock, down to the low block, and it goes off a shoe out of bounds. It'll stay with Grand Forks Central. They'll inbound it with 5 to go on the shot clock, so it's going to have to be a quick catch and shoot. Maybe get a couple dribbles in if they need to, but they'll need to work quickly here off the inbounds pass. And it'll come into the low block, turn around, half hook shot is up and in. That one won't go. Loose ball will go out of bounds, and it will go to Fargo South. 17-12 to go here in the first half of play, and still no score in the junior varsity game. The varsity game to follow this one here. And we do apologize on our YouTube page. It says Oak Grove and Four Winds Minnewacan. We'll get that changed ASAP for you. We forgot to change that from our last game. And a whistle will blow. We'll have our first foul of the game, and it'll go on Grand Forks Central. Driving into the lane there was Sammy. Let's see here. How do I have that written down? Hazelton. That's how you say it. Hazelton. Now back to the other side. Grand Forks Central with the ball. Still no score here. A little over a minute and a half gone in the first half of play. Varsity game to follow this one here. Another 7-6-5 on the shot clock. Hook shot comes, and Grand Forks Central gets on the board first, and they're up 2-0. Pressure in the backcourt here by the Knights as the Bruins bring it up and over the timeline. It's Laura Green right now with the basketball. She'll dribble in towards the top of the key, pick up her dribble, look right, look left, and then a whistle will blow, and they'll call her for a travel. The ref that was closest to Laura Green did not call it. It was the one off the baseline who apparently caught the front feet moving, and he had a better angle at the feet than the one standing right behind her did. 15:57 counting to go here in the first half. 20 on the shot clock as the whistle blows. Now stop the clock. We'll have a foul on Fargo South. Foul will go on Brianna Moore. It'll be her first. Inbounds pass comes into the hands there of Peyton Goulet. A couple passes later, he'll go into the far corner. Kick it back out top there. That is Lauren Hillman. Hillman will swing it into the hands of Goulet. Back to Hillman up top. 5 on the shot clock. Cross-court pass into the near corner. 2 on the shot clock, and now a wrestling match for the ball, and it's taken away. And they're going to call a shot clock violation on that. No, it was a timeout. It was a timeout by Fargo South to save the possession. Great job there by the coaches for Fargo South to keep possession of the balls. They'll come in to Laura Green, and Green will look down low. Maybe got away with the travel, or did she? No, the travel must have came after the contact, and they'll stop the clock with 15:18 to go here in the first half. Once again, it's a 2-0 lead in favor of the Grand Forks Central Knights, and stepping up to the free throw line. Ponytails covering up the jersey number here. I want to say it's Brianna Moore, but I don't think it is, unless she's wearing a different jersey number. I don't have number 30 on a Fargo South roster for JV. And it could be Ann Smith, it could be. If that's number 20, yeah, okay, Ann Smith from the C team. There we go, we got it. Baseline jumper up, and that will fall in. 4-0 in favor of Grand Forks Central here early on in the JV game. 3 minutes into the first half, and a steal down at the other end. Put into the hands of Goulet on the far side. Now into the corner. Now back up to the far wing, I should say. Now the top of the key, and that is, I gotta flip the roster over once again. Lauren Hillman goes off a shoe out of bounds all the way out into the commons area, concession stand area, and somebody would chase that one down. I couldn't see who it was before they ran out. It was Sam Hazelton. So Hazelton will have the baseline throw in, and it'll go right up to the half-court mark. Right into the hands there, Brianna Moore, and Moore puts it in. 4-2 in favor of Grand Forks Central. With the ball right now for the Knights was Megan Peck. That was a couple touches ago. 14:05 to go here. We're gonna handwrite in a few jersey numbers here, so that way I don't have to keep flipping this over from the C squad that I didn't originally have written down. There we go. .42 to go here. 4-2 in favor of the Knights. Once again, junior varsity game. Inbounding the ball will be Sophia Rail, a 5'7" sophomore. Rail will get it into the hands of Goulet. Goulet back to Rail. Thought about the three, didn't put it up. One dribble back to Goulet. Goulet sends it over far side. I believe that's Peck. Baseline jumper is up, misses everything, a little bit off the mark there, and the rebound there to Sam Hazelton. .24 to go here in the first half. Inbounds pass right in front of the scorer's table. Can just barely get it in camera there. Corner three is up, and that one's a little bit strong and a loose ball, and I missed it. The monitor was in my way of that vantage point there. I might need to stand up here if that continues. Near side, that's Goulet. Goulet dribbles into the free throw line, puts it into the hands there, Rail. Rail and traveling will be the call, and that will indeed be the signal from the referee. 13:05 to go here in the first half. It's a 4-2 game right now in favor of the Knights. Knights putting pressure in the backcourt once again. It'll come into Laura Green. Green will dribble over the timeline, and did she step out of bounds? She did. That'll be a turnover, and they'll go back to Grand Forks Central. Make an adjustment on our camera here and zoom out just a little bit so we can get that near sideline in a little bit better here. 12:55 to go. And counting. Knights with a 2-point lead, looking to add to it. Gets into the hands of Myrold over on the far side. She'll dribble in near far the side of the lane. It was stripped away, and then a pushing from behind foul will be called, and that will send Ann Smith to the free throw line. Or no, it won't. It'll just be a foul, excuse me. I'm getting a little ahead of myself here. Still a few team fouls away from going to the free throw line. Inbounds pass near corner. 3 is up and in. Nice job. And that gives Fargo South the lead at 5-4. It was Rachel Osborne. And now a traveling call, and it goes back to Fargo South. Rachel Osborne with the triple puts Fargo South up by 1. 5-4. Nice move and a nice bucket off the glass there for Brianna Moore. That makes it 7-4, and the Bruins have taken a 3-point lead. Near hands, that's Goulet. Goulet, get it back. Now she'll put up a 3. It looks good, and it bounces in and out. But an offensive rebound underneath by Ella Knutson. Now loose ball, and Grand Forks will maintain control of it. Shot is up off the front of the rim. That won't go. Rebound comes down into the hands there of she slipped to the floor before I catch her jersey. Now it was Brianna Moore. So 11:45 remains in the first half here. And Grand Forks Central trailing by 3 will have the ball to see if they can't tie it up or at least cut it to 1. Always like coming to Fargo South here to do games. Have a nice little balcony area just off courtside, and couldn't ask for a better vantage point. Been here for a couple volleyball games as well, and that's a really good viewpoint for a volleyball game as well. So certainly appreciate Mike Beaton and the rest of the crew here getting us the table and everything we need to get set up, as we'll have a timeout on the floor. It's 7-4. Fargo South leads Grand Forks Central. It's high school junior varsity basketball here on the ND Sports Channel. We will take a short break and be right back after this timeout. The ND Sports Channel is your home for Fargo Davies soccer in 2019. This spring, catch select matches for the girls team live on the ND Sports Channel, scheduled to be determined. And this fall, catch all the Eagles boys soccer matches, both home and away, live on the ND Sports Channel. Watch on-demand replays of the 2018 soccer season by clicking on soccer under the game rewind button on our website, ndsportschannel.com. All right, welcome back. 7-4 is our score. 11:31 to go here in the first half. Fargo South Bruins have the lead. They took the lead on a triple out of the far corner from Rachel Osborne. And then Brianna Moore would add another bucket to that to bring us to our current score of 7-4. Right now, Fargo South on a 5-0 run until they're at the buzzer of the shot clock, and we're tied up at 7. 11:07 to go. Baseball pass to the midcourt stripe into the hands there, Brianna Moore, and another traveling call will give the ball back to Grand Forks Central. Maddie Myrold will get the inbounds pass and bring it up and over the timeline with 10:58 to go here in the first half. It's Swings over high on the far side, gets a screen, dribbles towards the top of the key. 18 on the shot clock. They'll swing it, send it near wing now. That is Megan Peck. Yes, it is Peck. Peck looking back door off the baseline. Jumpers up and in. Grand Forks Central retakes the lead at 9-7. Nice job there by the Knights. And now they'll get a turnover off the inbounds pass as they put pressure in the backcourt there. Now a wrestling match for the basketball will result in a jump ball. And the possession arrow is facing the opposite direction of where I'm looking. So I will have to assume that it is Fargo South ball based on the fact that they're having the inbounds pass. So that means the next one will go to Grand Forks Central unless it comes before the half break. Used to saying quarter break, because usually that's the line I use in Class B basketball, but I had to make a quick mental adjustment there and say half, and that will be another traveling call. It was Ann Smith who had the ball there, and I don't keep track of traveling calls per player, but I think she's had 2 or 3 now, if memory serves me correctly. Once again, if we're not saying the names correctly for Grand Forks Central, I did talk to the coach beforehand, so I think I got them all right. But if in the event that I got one wrong, please let us know. You can text us right here in the broadcast booth at 404-9072, and we'll certainly make whatever adjustments that we need. I certainly appreciate you watching. Once again, the varsity game following this one here. 10 minutes to go in the first half, and there'll be another traveling call on Fargo South. Hazelton received the inbounds pass, tried to get it away as she was under a little bit of pressure and took the extra step to draw the whistle. 10 minutes even to go. Grand Forks Central inbounds pass, far side. Now they'll work it up top of the key there for Megan Peck. Peck, couple dribbles, far side there to Maddie Myrold. Back to Peck. Peck, I think she was trying to get it to Myrold there, but Myrold didn't stop her path to the basket there, and as a result, Hazelton picked up the free interception. Not sure who number 44 is for Fargo South, but the shot is up and in, and we're tied at 9. That shot a little bit off the mark, but a follow-up rebound there, and it's up and in. Out of the hands of Haley Giroux. 11-9 now in favor of Grand Forks Central as the ball will roll all the way down to the end of the court off the Giroux and out of bounds and back to Grand Forks Central. This game, along with the varsity game, will be available for a 24/7 replay on our website at ndsportschannel.com. Just hover over the game rewind button on the homepage, and then all the sports will drop down. You can click on basketball, and the most recent basketball games will always be at the top of the page. And as we do more basketball games, this particular game will still be there. It'll just be a little bit further down the page. So they have a steal down, and coast to coast, she got it in off the glass, off the steal. Nice job there for Fargo South's Brianna Moore. And we're tied up at 11 as a result. Bounce pass into the low block, spins around. Pass got tipped around, ends up going out of bounds. Last touch by Grand Forks Central, go to Fargo South. For the parents that have a daughter playing on the Fargo North-South hockey team, we'll have live look-ins of that hockey game when it, as soon as it starts during our varsity game tonight. Matter of fact, that reminds me, our live look-in screen will look something like that. And we'll check in with the game there when it starts. It won't start till, I think puck drops at 7:30 for that one up in Grand Forks against the Knight Riders. So give you a live coverage of Fargo South, Grand Forks Central here, and then live coverage of the Fargo North-South along with the Grand Forks Central Rough Knight Riders, which is a combination of Red River and Grand Forks Central for the girls hockey team. There's, they'll call it carry on Grand Forks Central's Larissa Contreras as she approached and went over the timeline. She carried the ball. Once again, we're tied at 11. With the ball now is Moore. Moore getting a little pressure there, and now that pass is tipped around, and it was picked up by nobody before a whistle was called, and that'll stop the clock with 8:03 to go here in the first half of play. Goulet with the ball, pumps it into the corner there for Contreras. And that's tipped and stolen, and back the other way now comes Brianna Moore, and that one will not go off the glass. But a rebound there by Ann Smith, pops it out into the hands of Hazelton, and Hazelton's shot is up. It won't go, but she will draw contact and the foul, and as a result, we'll make a trip to the free throw line with the game tied at 11 here at the 7:41 mark of the basketball game, of the first half, I should say. First shot is up, and it's in. 12-11. Fargo South retakes the lead. Nice job there by Hazelton. Hazelton, a 5'5" sophomore, plays guard and forward for the team. Second one is up. And that one's in. Two back-to-back, nothing but net free throws there for Hazelton, and that gives Fargo South a 2-point lead at 13-11 here in the junior varsity game. Near wing there, that's Contreras. Contreras pumps it into the corner, back out to Goulet. Goulet looks for a pass inside. It's tipped around, picked up by Hazelton, and then given into the hands of Laura Green. Green crosses the timeline, tries to set up the play, gets a screen there, now drives right down the middle of the lane, but cannot get the shot to go up. Loose ball picked up by Fargo South. Hazelton off the glass and in. 15-11 in favor of Fargo South. Nice job. 7:05 to go here in the first half of play and counting. Grand Forks Central brings it back over the timeline. Tried to get it to Contreras, but it'll go out of bounds. And they're saying it was last touched by Fargo South, so stay with the Knights. There'll be an inbounds pass from the baseline for Grand Forks Central. And we'll have a substitution here. Coming in for the Knights is number 13. Don't have her on the roster. I think it's Maureen Ari. I didn't get any name pronunciations from the C Squad roster. The C Squad game was canceled today, in case anybody wasn't aware of that. Otherwise, we would have had that one for you here too on the ND Sports Channel. But thankfully, well, for lack of better wording, I guess you could say it's thankfully, as we got a little bit behind in our schedule, and so we were able to take that extra time with one less game to get things a little bit more organized for our other two broadcasts. So. Inbounds pass comes into the near corner here. That is, I want to say Array, but I'm not 100% sure, and I do apologize to the Grand Forks Central fans if I'm not getting that right. She is a 5'4" freshman, number 13, excuse me, for Grand Forks Central, and that'll be it'll be a foul. Thought for a moment he was going to circle his hands for traveling, but. Another substitution here as going out is Brianna Moore. Coming in for Fargo South is Rachel Osborne. She's the one who hit the three-pointer a couple minutes, maybe about 4 or 5 minutes ago to give Fargo South the lead. And since then, we've had a tie, but Grand Forks Central hasn't had the lead since that three-pointer. Goulet now will toss it over far side. 19 on the shot clock. They'll work the ball back up top. Nice defense there, and it's taken away. One-on-one back the other way, and that one, she'll draw contact as she puts it off the bottom of the backboard there. Hazelton, the 5'5" sophomore, will make her second trip in as many as minutes to the free throw line here in this game. And she's 3 for 3. Matter of fact, she's made the last 3 points, I think. I could be wrong on that. Let's retract that statement. But I can tell you that she's 3 for 3, and now she's 3 for 4. Loose ball comes out as an offensive rebound. At halftime, we'll try and get a name for number 44 for Fargo South. Unless you're listening, you can text us once again, 701-404-9072, and you can tell us who number 44 is. 5-point lead here for the Bruins in the junior varsity game. Inbounding it will be Hazelton, and that'll be tipped and taken away by Grand Forks Central. It's Rail, Sophia Rail, and now somebody went out of bounds. It was Hazelton, and that will give the ball to Grand Forks Central. A baseline inbounds pass from the near sideline. 16-11, 5:51 to go here in the first half. Shot is up. That one won't go. Rebounds pulled down by Fargo South. Pressure in the backcourt once again. Loose ball is tracked down by Hazelton. She'll keep it inbounds and now approach the timeline. With her team leading by 5, she crosses the timeline with 5:34 to go. Picks up her dribble, gets into the hands of her teammate here on the left wing. Looking down low, that was a nice pass. Now can she make a move to get to the bucket? She can, but she can't get it to fall in. And Smith there on the attempted basket, and back the other way comes Grand Forks Central. Work the ball into the far corner. Now they try to drive baseline. Bounce pass, Goulet. Shot is up. Oh, a little too strong on that one. Fargo South pulls down the rebound, and Green will bring it up and over the timeline with 4:57 to go here in the first half. Pass will get deflected out of bounds, and it will go back to Grand Forks Central. Another turnover here for Fargo South. I have a few more Fargo South basketball games, including the one coming up here. I don't remember the exact date, but it's against Fargo Shanley. It's a doubleheader. Girls first at about 5:45, followed by the boys at about 7:30, and that's coming up here in a couple days. We'll be back here for that one. Jump ball is called, and I believe the possession arrow goes to Fargo South. Once again, I can't see the possession arrow, so I have to make my guess based upon memory of who got it last time. 4:28 to go now as Fargo South's Laura Green will bring it up over the timeline. Now kicks it out. Runs into a double team, and a foul will be called on Grand Forks Central. 16-11, once again, first half. 4:21 clock is stopped. Making a trip to the free throw line is Ann Smith. Ann is a 5'8" sophomore for the Bruins. And the free throw is up and in, 17-11. For full schedule of upcoming Fargo South games and Fargo North South hockey games, you can go to ndsportschannel.com, click on the game schedule button, and they will all be there. We even got some softball games kind of filling in our schedule far down there, as we'll be following the Spartans once again this season. And we have the schedule up. Now we just have to wonder if the weather will cooperate and we don't have to change the dates on those schedules. But the teams that they'll be playing are correct, and there's going to be a traveling call. The teams that the Spartans will be playing are correct. We just don't know about the dates and the times yet, due to the fact that it's a pretty good chance that with the snow melting here in a couple of months, it may postpone a few games like it did last year. That shot is up, and it won't drop in. Loose ball comes down. Hazelton picks it up. Another whistle and another foul here on Grand Forks Central. It's 18-11. I forgot to put that last point up on our on-screen scoreboard there. I apologize. 4:10 to go here in the first half. At the free throw line is Hazelton. That one's up and in. 19-11. We were tied at 11-11. Fargo South on an 8-0 run since that point. Make it, did she step over the line? So The good news is it won't go against her as a missed free throw. They'll just pretend that free throw never happened. The bad news is, well, she stepped over the line and didn't get that extra point. So there's always a positive to everything, if you want to look at it that way. 4:05 to go here in the second half, or first half, excuse me. Inbounds pass comes into Osborne. She'll cross the timeline, put it into the hands of Ann Smith. Makes a quick turn, and the shot's blocked. And now a foul. And I believe that was in the act of shooting. So that will indeed be the case. All right, so it's the 5'7" sophomore, Yvonne Marshall. She normally wears number 40. She made the free throw to make it 20-11. I want to thank the parents for helping me out with that one. So I wrote that down. We got that one figured out now. That is off the knee there of Grand Forks Central's Megan Peck, 5'7" junior, and that'll give the ball back to Fargo South. The Knights will put on the full court press. They'll get the pass, inbounds pass in there to Laura Green. Green, a spin move as she goes over the timeline, and then she lost the ball, and it's picked up there by Maddie Myrold. Myrold looks down low, and they cannot get it to go in. That one is swatted out of bounds. I believe it's going to stay with Grand Forks Central off the missed shot there by Lauren Hillman. Inbounds pass comes into Ari. That one's tipped around and taken away. Laura Green picks up the steal. 3:12 to go. Gets into the hands of Marshall. Now Osborne dribbles into the high post, kicks it outside. Outlet pass to Lauren Green here on the near wing. Tried to feed it back into Marshall, but got swatted back into the hands of Green. Now they'll work the ball out to the top of the key. Back to Green now. Green dribbles right, gives it to Marshall. 4 on the shot clock, long 3 from Osborne. That misses everything, and that will be, it'll be a shot clock violation as Fargo South touched the ball before Grand Forks Central touched the ball, so it'll go unofficially into the books as a shot clock violation, I do believe. And that will stop the clock with 2:42 to go, as we'll have the inbounds pass here for Grand Forks Central just on the right side of the timeline, and they'll bring it over the timeline now with 2:34 to go. Peck gets the ball far side to Hillman. I think that's Hillman anyway. Nope, I was wrong. That was Myrold. The 5 looked like a 3 from my vantage point on the far side of the court there. And now they'll call a jump ball, and I believe that one goes to Grand Forks Central. It remains 20-11, 2:16 to go here in the first half of play. Loose ball, stolen away, picked up by Fargo South, but trapped in the corner here in an interception. And that'll be picked up by Haley Giroux. They'll kick it out here for the 3 from Myrold. That bounces off the front of the rim and don't go. And a jump ball is both Marshall and Goulet, or check that, Hillman. Marshall and Hillman come down with the rebound at the same time. Jump ball, and that will go to Fargo South. But first, a timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout with them. Be back in just a moment here on the ND Sports Channel. NorthDakotaScores.net is your top source for statewide scores for both boys and girls high school sporting events in the state of North Dakota. Football, soccer, basketball, hockey, wrestling, baseball, volleyball, softball. Get all the scores every game, every night, every single sports season of the school year. You can count on NorthDakotaScores.net year after year to provide over 99% of the results for high school sporting events in North Dakota, all reported from trusted and reliable sources. Follow North Dakota Scores on Twitter, search @NDScores, and get the same scores on your mobile device every night.
Favorite.
All right, welcome back. It is 20-11 in favor of Fargo South here in the junior varsity game. My Mason was here on the NBC channel. Game 499. I'm pretty excited that the varsity game tonight will be my 500th game. Started on January 25th of 2016, and for game number 1, and my biggest fear of game number 1 was wondering if they would allow me to do a game number 2, and well, I got past game 2 and 3, got into the double digits, and finally now here doing just fine 498 and a half games later. Called 7 different sports, including soccer. That's the one I was most proud of, to do a soccer game. The first one was a little bit troubling, but nice move there by Hazelton. She had to jump over the timeline to prevent the over and back, and unfortunately down at the other end after that effort by Hazelton, it goes into the books. It's a turnover on the pass that gets deflected out of bounds off the fingertips of Lauren Green. Shot is up. I want to bounce out. Rebound pulled down there by Fargo South. 3-pointers up, and it's in! 23-11. It's a 12-0 run for Fargo South. Minute 12 to go here. Now they'll look inside. There was a nice pass, but she can't get it up before the ball gets tangled up. Jump ball called, and it'll stay with Grand Forks Central. Make a quick adjustment here. With our background microphone there, as I hear a lot of hissing in the background, so we're gonna go with there we go. Free throws up and in. 24-11, 13-0 run here for Fargo South. Free throws up and in. She's only missed 1 free throw in the game. 25-11. Get over the timeline here, just barely, with 55 seconds to go. Two on the shot clock. They gotta hurry. Shot is up. It hit the rim. Now shot clock will reset if they get to keep the ball. And they will. So there's a 0.7-second difference between shot clock and game clock here in the first half. Inbounds pass, an immediate foul. That foul will go on Sandy Hazelton. That is her 3rd, team foul 10. Or team foul number 6, excuse me. Looking at the wrong side of the scoreboard. Wide open for 3. A little strong on that one. Rebound comes down to Ann Smith. It's into the hands of Green. 20 seconds to go. Now Hazelton gets called for a travel. Hazelton doesn't agree with it. From my vantage point, she may have been a half a step away, but she definitely took a step and a half. I'm not sure if she completed that second step or not before she got rid of the pass, but Ref was there, I wasn't. Well, I mean, I'm here, but he's a lot closer to the action than I was. 8.9 seconds to go. Once again, 25-11. At one point, we were tied at 11-11. Grand Forks Central hasn't scored since that point. Well, let's see if they can break the 14-0 run right here. At the free throw line is Haley Giroux, and she makes it. 25-12. 8.9 seconds to go. Couldn't ask for a better opportunity to get points with the clock stopped, and 2 for 2. Nice job there. Haley Giroux gets 2 for 2, and now 8 seconds to go. Full court pressure once again. Green gets it to Hazelton, over the timeline there to Marshall. Marshall travel? Yes, that is the case. 1.5 seconds, so it'll have to be an inbounds pass and a quick shot here from approximately maybe half court. And they will not get the shot off. The question is there a foul or is that the end? That'll be the end of the first half. Your halftime score, Fargo South 25, Grand Forks Central 13. We'll take a timeout, come back here in a little bit. This is high school basketball, junior varsity on the ND Sports Channel. In our first year on the air, the ND Sports Channel brought you 282 games, and 247 of those games were exclusive broadcasts of the ND Sports Channel. That's 247 games that would have had zero broadcast coverage had it not been for our sponsors supporting high school sports on the ND Sports Channel. If you are interested in joining our varsity sponsor team, please contact us by email or by phone. Our email is ndsportschannel@gmail.com, and our phone number is 404-9072. With your support, we can do even more high school sports in the future. Plus, you'll be putting your products and business in front of an average of 222 viewers and listeners per game. Let's team up. NorthDakotaScores.net is your top source for statewide scores for both boys and girls high school sporting events in the state of North Dakota. Football, soccer, basketball, hockey, wrestling, baseball, volleyball, softball. Get all the scores every game, every night, every single sports season of the school year. You can count on NorthDakotaScores.net year after year to provide over 99% of the results for high school sporting events in North Dakota, all reported from trusted and reliable sources. Follow North Dakota Scores on Twitter, search @NDScores, and get the same scores on your mobile device every night. The ND Sports Channel is your home for Fargo Davies soccer in 2019. This spring, catch select matches for the girls team live on the ND Sports Channel, scheduled to be determined. And this fall, catch all the Eagles boys soccer matches, both home and away, live on the ND Sports Channel. Watch on-demand replays of the 2018 soccer season by clicking on soccer under the game rewind button on our website, ndsportschannel.com. April 2019, the Fargo North softball team returns to the ND Sports Channel. Live video broadcasts of each and every Spartan softball game, home and away all season long, will be streamed live on the ND Sports Channel. This spring, watch every swing of the bat, every stolen base, every strikeout, and every home run for your Fargo North Spartans live and exclusively on the ND Sports Channel. And for a full current sports schedule, check out the website at ndsportschannel.com. To sponsor Spartan softball, give us a call, 701-404-9072. That's 701-404-9072.
Paper tickets. Rookie mistake. Game Time is the fastest way to buy tickets to live events with your friends. You can buy the perfect seats in seconds, and tickets are delivered directly to your phone, so you always have them with you. Download Game Time free on the App Store, and you'll instantly see a curated list of the best upcoming events in your area. Game Time sorts through thousands of available seats on the market and presents you with only the 50 best values. One of the best things about Game Time is you can get tickets at last-minute prices even after the game starts. Download Game Time free on the App Store today.
Quality Home Restorations is Fargo Moorhead's go-to place for quality home remodel and repair services. Quality Home Restorations offers free estimates on all your home remodel and repair projects like drywall, laminate flooring, roofing, and much more. Check out the great photos of past projects completed by Quality Home Restorations on their Facebook page. Just search Quality Home Restorations. When it comes to your home being restored, count on Quality Home Restorations. Call Mike today at 400-1751. That's 400-1751 to set up an appointment for a free estimate. Quality Home Restorations in Fargo. welcome back. We're at halftime here on the junior varsity game between the Fargo South Bruins and the visiting Grand Forks Central Knights. And don't forget, we'll have the varsity game coming up after this one, and both the junior varsity and the varsity games will be available for a 24/7 live replay on a website within, we always say 24 hours after the conclusion of our broadcast. However, could be a lot sooner than that. It usually is, but just to be on the safe side, 24 hours is the guarantee. Once again, we're about just shy of 5 minutes from the start of the first half. 25-13, it was close early in the first half. We reached a point where it was an 11-11 game. And it would be Rachel Osborne connecting on a three-pointer from the far corner to give Fargo South the lead. That was actually a little bit early. That was before the 11-11 mark. To make it at that point, I believe it was 7-5, I believe is what the score was. We had a tie at 7-7. We had Grand Forks Central leading 9-7. And then Fargo South tied it up at 9-9. A couple buckets later, we were tied at 11-11. And then the Fargo South Bruins would go on a 14-0 run to make it 25-11 before Grand Forks Central's Haley Giroux would go 2 for 2 from the free throw line to make it 25-13, and that is our halftime game, first half summary here at the halftime mark. Once again, Fargo South Bruins 25, Grand Forks Central Knights 13. This is high school junior varsity basketball on the ND Sports Channel. Back with the second half after this. In our first year on the air, the ND Sports Channel brought you 282 games, and 247 of those games were exclusive broadcasts of the ND Sports Channel. That's 247 games that would have had zero broadcast coverage had it not been for our sponsors supporting high school sports on the ND Sports Channel. If you are interested in joining our varsity sponsor team, please contact us by email or by phone. Our email is ndsportschannel@gmail.com, and our phone number is 404-9072. With your support, we can do even more high school sports in the future. Plus, you'll be putting your products and business in front of an average of 222 viewers and listeners per game. Let's team up. NorthDakotaScores.net is your top source for statewide scores for both boys and girls high school sporting events in the state of North Dakota. Football, soccer, basketball, hockey, wrestling, baseball, volleyball, softball. Get all the scores every game, every night, every single sports season of the school year. You can count on NorthDakotaScores.net year after year to provide over 99% of the results for high school sporting events in North Dakota, all reported from trusted and reliable sources. Follow North Dakota Scores on Twitter. Search @NDScores to get the same scores on your mobile device every night. The ND Sports Channel is your home for Fargo Davies soccer in 2019. This spring, catch select matches for the girls team live on the ND Sports Channel, scheduled to be determined. And this fall, catch all the Eagles boys soccer matches, both home and away, live on the ND Sports Channel. Watch on-demand replays of the 2018 soccer season by clicking on soccer under the game rewind button on our website, ndsportschannel.com. April 2019, the Fargo North softball team returns to the ND Sports Channel. Live video broadcasts of each and every Spartan softball game, home and away all season long, will be streamed live on the ND Sports Channel. This spring, watch every swing of the bat, every stolen base, every strikeout, and every home run for your Fargo North Spartans, live and exclusively on the ND Sports Channel. And for a full current sports schedule, check out the website at ndsportschannel.com. To sponsor Spartan softball, give us a call, 701-404-9072. That's 701-404-9072.
Paper tickets. Rookie mistake. Game Time is the fastest way to buy tickets to live events with your friends. You can buy the perfect seats in seconds, and tickets are delivered directly to your phone, so you always have them with you. Download Game Time free on the App Store, and you'll instantly see a curated list of the best upcoming events in your area. Game Time sorts through thousands of available seats on the market and presents you with only the 50 best values. One of the best things about Game Time is you can get tickets at last-minute prices even after the game starts. Download Game Time free on the App Store today.
Quality Home Restorations is Fargo Moorhead's go-to place for quality home remodel and repair services. Quality Home Restorations offers free estimates on all your home remodel and repair projects like drywall, laminate flooring, roofing, and much more. Check out the great photos of past projects completed by Quality Home Restorations on their Facebook page. Just search Quality Home Restorations. When it comes to your home being restored, count on Quality Home Restorations. Call Mike today at 400-1751. That's 400-1751 to set up an appointment for a free estimate. Quality Home Restorations in Fargo. All right, welcome back as we are in the second half now. There we go, got that fixed. And it is actually 25-13. Sometimes when you hit buttons during halftime, the score gets adjusted via hotkeys, and that bucket's up and in to make it 25-15. So I guess I could have just waited a little bit there and we would have been just fine. So back the other way now comes Fargo South. They're going from right to left now. Three is up, that one won't go. Rebound underneath won't go, and that'll be scooped up there by Grand Forks Central, and she gets by all the defenders all the way down to the other end of the court, draws contact on the layup attempt there, and as a result, will make a trip to the free throw line. That's the first foul of the second half. And once again, it's a 10-point advantage here for Fargo South. Varsity game coming up after this one, 17-15 remaining here, and that's another one, and now it's down to a single-point deficit on the scoreboard at 25-16 with 17-15 to go here in the second half of play. Grand Forks Central in their dark jerseys. As that free throw goes off the front of the rim. Fargo South in their white jerseys picks up the rebound, got poked away, and picking it up there for Grand Forks Central was Sophia Rail, excuse me. And now we'll have a substitution here. Yvonne Marshall checked back into the lineup. That'll give check that Brianna Morey breather on the bench. Inbounds pass. I believe that is Megan Peck. No, 21, excuse me, as Grace Foltz, a junior, 5'7" junior to be more specific. Long two is up off the front of the rim, won't go. Long arms there for, that is, I need to turn it over. Masajid Abakar. If I say that about 21 times, it'll roll off my tongue easily. And there's a travel. You can tell I've said the word travel at least 21 times. That one I had no trouble with, but 16 and a half to go here, 25-16 to go, a second half of play as Grand Forks Central inbounds the ball, brings it up over the timeline. Now they'll swing it into the near wings. That's into the hands there of Grand Forks Central as Grace Foltz. Couple passes later, works it far side. Now they'll work it down low. Turnaround, mid-post jumper up and in. Nice job there by the Knights. Isabel Whiteside is the young individual who made that bucket there. A 6-foot sophomore for the Knights. Long two, that hit the back of the rim, nearly got stuck. I've only seen that happen once. That was in a Class B game in Kindred. Matter of fact, I had two things happen there. I'll tell you more about that in a little bit. That three-pointer is up a little too strong. We'll have a whistle to stop the clock with 15:55 to go. with that opportunity. There was a shot that went up. I believe it was a three-pointer or a long two, and looked good going towards the hoop. It didn't get stuck between the rim and the backboard like most of those shots do. It just simply came to a complete dead stop right on the back of the rim, where the rim attaches to the backboard. I've never seen that happen, and it'll probably never happen again, but I was there for it, so. Loose ball now. It'll be picked up by Grand Forks Central, and they'll bring it back the other way. Trailing 25-18, looking to cut it to a 5-point game, and oh, they will do that off the missed shot and the offensive rebound. 25-20, Grand Forks Central creeping their way back into this one. Full court pressure now, and a whistle will blow, and that will be a 5-second violation. That will give the ball back to Grand Forks Central. 15-14 to go here in the second half. Once again, 25-20 is our score. Inbounds pass comes to Whiteside. That one's poked away. Loose ball ends up out of bounds. Last touch by ... waiting for it. Grand Forks Central. It'll go to Fargo South. We also got that thing on our YouTube channel fixed. So now it says Fargo South versus Grand Forks Central instead of the two teams that played in the last game we broadcasted. That shot a little bit off the mark, floats out of bounds, goes back to Grand Forks Central. Grand Forks Central on a 7-0 run to start the second half here, and as a result, they've climbed to within 5, and now a timeout on the floor. That's a 30-second timeout, so we'll take a 30-second timeout with them. Be back in a moment here on the ND Sports Channel. The ND Sports Channel is your home for Fargo Daily Soccer in 2019. This spring, catch select matches for the girls team live on the ND Sports Channel, scheduled to be determined. And this fall, catch all the Eagles boys soccer matches, both home and away, live on the ND Sports Channel. Watch on-demand replays of the 2018 soccer season by clicking on Soccer under the Game Rewind button on our website, ndsportschannel.com. All right, welcome back. Second half of play here, 25-20. Grand Forks Central on a 7-0 run. That pass turns into a turnover. And then back the other way. Loose ball, scrabble for it on the floor. And coming away with it there is Grace Volts. And then they'll be off the shoe. Somebody out of bounds. I believe it'll stay with Grand Forks Central, and it will on that. Grace Volts just stripping that ball away. And she was literally like seconds away from a possible jump ball call there, but she was able to rip it away and go down the court. And Grand Forks Central, as a result, has an inbounds pass that comes to Whiteside. Now over to the far corner there, driving baseline, runs into a double team, loose ball, jump ball, and the possession arrow will go towards Grand Forks Central. Class A girls basketball score went final. Bismarck Century defeats Bismarck High 56-34. As we have more games coming in, we'll certainly pass those scores along to you here. Another jump ball, and this one should go to Fargo South. So again, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel there on the screen there on the bottom right side. It says it has a little YouTube logo. YouTube.com/C/ND Sports Channel. You can subscribe to it and get mobile alerts and email alerts every time we go on the air with a ball game. That should provide you with a link to just click on it to watch the game too. Otherwise, you can go to the home page of our website, ndsportschannel.com. Just scroll down a little bit and click play. And then on the bottom right corner of that video window is a little square. If you click on that square, you can get full screen. And if you have a smart TV with the YouTube app, you can search ND Sports Channel on that and watch this game on, if you were at my place, on a 55-inch television. But I don't know what size TV you may have at your place. Maybe it's a 70-inch, and well, then you better invite me over to watch the games. Then I'm a fan of big TVs when it comes to sports. I'll leave it at that. 14:04 to go here, 25-20. Neither team has scored here in about just under 2 minutes. But Grand Forks Central still on a 7-0 run here to start the second half. Nearly 5 minutes into the half already. Lauren Green gets into the hands there of Abakar. Foul on Grand Forks Central's Ashley Giroux. Whiteside will get a breather on the bench. I didn't see who came in for her. Inbounds pass, Abakar falls to the ground, loose ball, rebound up and in, and now that ends the 7-0 run and makes it a 27-20 game. I actually put the points on the wrong side there. We'll make that adjustment. So it's back to a 7-point lead now. Inbounds pass will be triggered by Peyton Goulet. Goulet will get it into the hands there of Grace Foltz. Foltz kicks it over and the shot's up and in. 2-2 on the last 2 buckets here. And now it's 27-22, and every time I make an incorrect score adjustment on Grand Forks Central, they score a bucket. So maybe if that happens again, I'll just leave it and see what happens. 13-14 driving baseline, trying to put it into the hands there of, that is number, is it 21? No, it's 20, Ann Smith. (27-22), 13:05 and a steal by Fargo South, and a whistle, and was it a carry or a foul? I saw the ref's left hand, but it was kind of in front of his body, so I couldn't see how he's moving it. Turns out to be a foul on Grand Forks Central. 13:02 to go here, 27-22, 5-point lead for the Bruins. Second half, junior varsity game to follow this one. Turnaround from the baseline, rolls around and out, and Grand Forks Central will pull down the rebound and come back the other way. 12:50 and counting. Tried to drive into the lane, now loose ball. That'll be picked up here on the near wing. Kicked back out to the top of the key. Drives in, shot a little too strong off the glass. Loose ball will stay in bounds. Grand Forks Central will get another shot off, and that rebound will be pulled down by Cy Davis. Davis comes back the other way. Outlet pass intended for Laura Green, but it got tipped out of bounds. It'll stay with Fargo South. Nice defensive play there by the Knights. 12:28 to go here in the second half. As Abakar has the ball, dribbles over to the far side, now down along the baseline. Green for 3, puts it up and in! 30-22 off the triple by Laura Green. And now Fargo South puts a couple people in the backcourt. A little pressure there, a bounce pass. Near wing into the hands there of, I forgot what her name was, Contreras, that's what it was. Shot went up, now there's a push down in the paint. I'll stop the clock with exactly 12 minutes to go here in the second half. And as a result, Fargo South will get the ball. Once again, for Fargo North South hockey fans, that game is being played up in Grand Forks. Laura Green for another 3. That one a little too strong off the back rim. And a whistle will blow. And ball will go out of bounds, and it'll stay with Grand Forks Central. As I was saying a moment ago, Fargo North South is playing up in Grand Forks for that girls hockey game. We'll have live look-ins at that game periodically throughout the varsity game. And then rumor has it that we'll have the ability to do a delayed broadcast of that game following the conclusion of the varsity game. Not immediately following, but within an hour or so. So if you can't catch the game live, or if you're not up there, or whatever the case may be, you can catch it here on the ND Sports Channel a little bit later tonight. Be later in the evening, probably a 9:30 start, depending on when the varsity game finishes up here. That one's set to tip off at 7:30, so it might be closer to 10 p.m. But on the bright side, once it broadcasts, that will also be available on our website for a 24/7 replay. Catch and shoot, long 2 off the back rim. Abacarb rolls down the rebound, puts up the shot. That one will, oh, excuse me, I have the hiccups. That one won't fall in. Grand Forks Central will bring it back. Baseball pass down to the sideline, back out near wing. Foot on the line, long 2, a little short. Ball go out of bounds, stopping the clock with 10:53 to go here in the second half. Once again, an 8-point lead here for Fargo South, and they'll get the ball back as we'll have a substitution here for Grand Forks Central. Grace Foltz, the 5'7" junior, will get a breather on the bench. Most of the Grand Forks Central players, 5'7" is the limit. There's nobody taller than 5'7", with the exception of their sophomore, Isabel Whiteside, who stands 6 foot even, and then 2 players who stand 5'10", Bailey Jager and Ella Knutson. You'll probably see them in the varsity game. And then everybody else is either 5'7", 5'6", or shorter. Near wing now, that is the 5'4" freshman, Marin Ari, if I'm saying that correctly. I always get so nervous that I'm not saying it correctly because I want to say it correctly so bad. But like I said, if I'm not saying it right, you can let us know. 701-404-9072 is the station's cell phone. That is with us at every single game. You can contact us live during the game with any important messages, and we'll be sure to make any corrections or pass any important messages along. It's Whiteside at the free throw line. Isabella Whiteside, that's the 6-foot sophomore I was telling you about a little bit ago. Missed the first one, misses the second one off the back of the rim. A loose ball now, and that'll be picked up by Fargo South. That's Cy Davis. Davis tried to get it into the hands of Yvonne Marshall. That one will go out of bounds, create a turnover, stopping the clock with 10:19 to go here in the second half. 30-22. 3/4 court press, I guess you could call it there, for Fargo South. And now whistle will blow, stopping the clock with 10:16 to go. And we'll have a timeout on the floor. So with that, we'll take a timeout as well. This is high school junior varsity basketball. Fargo South 30, Grand Forks Central 22. Back in a moment. All right, welcome back. 30-22, Fargo South lead is 8 here with 10:10 and counting to go here in the second half of play. Contreras with the ball, puts up a 3. That one's a little off the mark to the left side. Abacar pulls down the rebound, then gets called for a travel. That'll give the ball back to Grand Forks Central. They trail by 8. Just under 10 minutes to go in the game. Ella Knutson, a 5'10" freshman, will get a breather on the bench for Grand Forks Central. Inbounds pass goes right up, and an offensive rebound, and then a jump ball on the second missed opportunity, and that, I'm not sure. Looks like Grand Forks Central will get the possession arrow on that one once again. Possession arrow is not in my vantage point from here. If we were on the other side of the gym, it would be, but it doesn't matter to me which side of the gym we're on, so. I want to give a shout out to Mike Beaton and a couple of others here who made it possible for us to set up and broadcast these games. Of course, known Mike for a while now through the football season. Got to know him a little bit for the first time. Met him for the first time during last spring during the softball season when we were down here for a Bruins-Spartan softball game. So certainly appreciate the hospitality and friendliness provided to us here from the folks at Fargo South High School. Look forward to many more games here in the future. 30-22, Lauren Green will give it to, that is Marshall. The Cy Davis, and she'll step up to the free throw line. Free throw is going to bounce off to the left side of the rim. It remains 30-22 here. Scoring seems to go in spurts. Both teams don't score for a while, and then both teams score equally. And then one team goes on a scoring run while the other team doesn't score at all. And that was in favor of Grand Forks Central in the first half. They held Fargo South scoreless, or no, check that. It was the other way around. Fargo South held Grand Forks Central scoreless for a good few minutes of the game in that first half. And same thing has happened here in the second half. But it remains a close game. Free throws up and in, so she'll get another one. 19 fouls now here on the Fargo South, so 1 and 1. One more will give the Knights a double bonus. 9.5 to go in the second half, and the second free throw will miss. 31-23. Fargo Davies, I'm not sure who they're playing in the hockey game. The JV team's up 3-0 with a minute remaining in the third period. Keep you updated on any scores that come in. We'll have plenty more scores coming in during the varsity game. Little slow right now. The only JV games that get reported on Twitter seem to be hockey. I don't see any basketball games getting reported on Twitter. Outside of varsity, that was a wow. Abakar still dribbling the ball. Now she picks up to avoid the travel. Nice job there by Abakar. Back down at the other end. That is Ann Smith who puts it in. And it's back to a 10-point lead for Fargo South. 8:51 to go here in the second half and counting. As Grand Forks Central work the ball far corner, far wing three, up and in. 33-26 and a timeout on the floor. With that said, we'll take a timeout as well. Be back in a moment here on the ND Sports Channel. All right, welcome back. Second half of action here, 8:43 to go. Coming out of the timeout on the floor, it'll be Fargo South basketball. And the Bruins have the lead at 33-26. Collie Payne 05, thanks so much for following us on Twitter. Appreciate that. Baseball pass launched down to the other end of the court, into the hands of Abakar, and she puts it up and in. 35-26 in favor of the Fargo South Bruins. 6.5, or check that 8.5 to go. The cable above the basket was blocking the upper right slash in the 8, and it makes it look like a 6. So had to take a glance over here. Let's see here, another new player in Fargo South. That is number 22, Mary Cole, a 5'7" freshman. And now coming back the other way, Fargo South shot is up, and I thought for a moment that was gonna go in, but it will not, and that'll be a foul on Grand Forks Central. It's Taylor Baker, a 5'3" sophomore, who picks up the foul. And 2 shots here for, I believe that's Cy Davis. It is. 5'7" sophomore. (35-26), make it a 10-point lead once again at 36-26. Move it quickly down into the corner, bounce pass back up to the near wing. With the ball right now for Fargo South was Ashley Drew, and now that shot up won't go. Rebound in the paint there, loose ball, and that'll be mid-court strike picked up by Abakar. Back the other way now, and off the glass and in! 38-26, and it goes to a 12-point lead here for Fargo South. So once again, Fargo South on a little bit of a mini run here. Grand Forks Central trying to break that run. I think that was Whiteside underneath, and it was, who grabbed the rebound there for the Knights. And now the whistle will stop the clock with 7:26 to go here in the second half. Don't forget, the varsity game will be coming up next here after the conclusion of this game. We will go off air temporarily to get things set up for that varsity game. And then we'll come back on the air. Liv Berger, she'll be coming in at the next substitution here, which will be right after this free throw, which is up and in off the glass. 38-27, here comes Liv Berger now, and she'll give Lauren Green a breather on the bench, more than likely for the remainder of the game, as I would suspect we'll see her play some in the varsity matchup. Whiteside grabs the rebound up the missed free throw, and she'll go to the line to shoot 2 more. And that's the final now. Fargo Davies wins in their junior varsity hockey game. 3-0 was the final. I'm not sure who they were playing. Free throw up and in. That was a nice free throw made there by Whiteside. Isabella, or Izzy Whiteside, I'm not sure what her nickname is, but 6-foot sophomore, the tallest player on the team. Next closest is Bailey Jagger and Ella Knutson, standing at 5'10". Then you got a whole bunch of players at 5'7", a couple players at 5'5", and 1 player at 5'3". Another loose ball, and Abakar picks it up, and I'm surprised the travel wasn't called there. Now they'll call a jump ball, and I'm not sure which way the possession arrow is favoring right now, but so Liv Berger will trigger the inbounds pass to Cy Davis, or at least we thought. It'll come in instead to Abakar. Back the other way, all alone, making a drive to the hoop and lays it in off the glass. Nice job there by, I believe that was Baker. Yes, Taylor Baker. .38-30 is our score. Clock is stopped now with 6:52 to go in the second half. That's Baker with the basketball, drives into the free throw line. Outlet pass, now they're trying to drive baseline, runs into a double team. Did she draw contact? She did. It'll be a foul on Fargo South, so it's an 8-point game here, and Grand Forks Central is 6.5 to go, just a little over 6.5. We'll go to the free throw line to try and chop down that deficit a little bit more here. Free throw is up, and oh, it looked good, but a little too strong on that one. Ashley Giroux at the free throw line for the Knights. Second free throw is up and in. It's a 7-point game, 38-31. That shot was partially blocked, and Baker pulls down the rebound, sneaks around the corner, and comes down the near sideline. .6:13 to go here in the second half. Once again, 38-31. The 1 doesn't work on the scoreboard there. We had that issue in the volleyball game, which really tripped me up a little bit too. Another wrestling match for it on the court there, and the jump ball will be called, and that possession arrow will favor Grand Forks Central. So the Knights will trigger the inbounds pass. They'll come in there to Baker. Baker being guarded by Marshall, and does she get, oh, it's a push on Marshall. I'll stop the clock with 6:02, and Grand Forks Central should go to the free throw line, and they will. So Baker will go to the free throw line with their team trailing by 7. We'll see if the Knights can get a couple points closer here. She'll get 1 for sure, and she'll get 2 for sure. She misses the first one, and hopefully she can shake that one off and maybe make the second one here. That one's up, and no, that one won't go either. Loose ball goes, saved from going out of bounds, turns into another jump ball, and this one will favor Fargo South. So the Bruins will get the ball. And Smith back into the lineup here for the Bruins. Gets it into Cy Davis. Davis will put it up into the hands. Is that Green or somebody else? I can't see the ponytails. Yeah, it is Green. I thought she was out, but she must have came back in, and I didn't see it. Barely got the ball back to Green before the over and back call. And now on the second pass, it turns into a travel in violation. That'll stop the clock with 5:43 to go. It's 38-31. We have another timeout on the floor. It's junior varsity basketball here on the ND Sports Channel. Fargo South 38, Grand Forks Central 31. Back in a moment here on the ND Sports Channel. Girls hockey score here. Bemidji leads Moorhead 2-1. I believe that was in the second period. Let me see if I can get an update on that. Not sure on what point in the game that one's in, but Bemidji leads Moorhead 2-1. That girls hockey score. Shot is up. Rebound comes down to Fargo South. They'll get into the hands of Laura Green in the backcourt. Gives it to Abakar. Abakar runs into a triple team, and a loose ball turns into a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Grand Forks Central. They'll get the ball back, trailing by 7 with 5:16 to go here in the game, or at least in regulation. Unless Grand Forks Central can tie this one up, and they certainly could do that here, as the scoring has been sporadic for both teams in this game so far. They'll look down low, makes a move, gets around the defender, and now it's a 5-point game, 38-33. With the bucket there was Chloe Whiteside, and we'll have a push. Now stop the clock with 4:48 to go. Varsity game, Grand Forks Central still looking for their first win of the year, while Fargo South has only had 1 win over the year, and that came over Fargo North. They've played some pretty tough competition here in the early part of the season. Both of these teams have. It's back to a 6-point game, 39-33. Cy Davis, second free throw, 2 for 2. Back to a 7-point game, 40-33. Work it down the near side of the lane, spin move, and put up the shot, but didn't quite have the momentum to push that shot forward, and it comes back Fargo South. That is Ann Smith. Tried to get through a couple defenders. She'll draw contact, make a trip to the free throw line. Once again, we're on Twitter at NDSportsCH1. You can email us, ndsportschannel@gmail.com. And like and follow us on Facebook at facebook.com/NDSportsChannel. You can subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/C/NDSportsChannel, or you can text and call us anytime as well. It's 701-404-9072. That's the first free throw there by Smith, is missed off the front side of the rim. 11:32 remaining in the first period. Jerica Freeze puts Fargo North South on the board. They lead Grand Forks Central 1-0. That Freeze goal was assisted by J.C. Moore. We'll keep you up to date. Didn't realize that one had started already, but we'll keep you up to date on that one. Feels like we're in early afternoon right now. I don't know why I feel that way. Other free throw is made, pushes it back to an 8-point game, and now Fargo South gets the basketball, and they'll push it onto the near wing. That's Cy Davis, back up top to Akabar. Akabar has it stripped away. And that's up and in. (43-33), and now the three-pointer's up. Back rim too strong. Offensive rebound, and another whistle. Stop the clock this time with 3:31 to go. Ten-point game, 3:31 to go, and it will remain a 10-point game. First free throw is missed. Ann Smith comes out. Coming in for Fargo South is Mary Cole, I believe is what the name is. Yes, that would be correct. A 5'7" freshman. Free throw out the front of the rim. It remains a 10-point game with 3:29 to go, and now we have a jump ball, and I'll stop the clock with 3:29. Apparently that was a 7 p.m. puck drop, and while we have a timeout on the floor, let's go ahead and take a look at a live look in on that game here. We'll pull it up in just a second. Maybe. There it is. So there's your live look-in. As you can see, Fargo North South is up 1-0 with approximately 8:37 to go in that first period of play. Not sure if that represents the time in the game or not, but we will exit out of that, go back to our full screen camera there. Shot is up, that one won't go. So once again, we'll keep checking in on that game throughout the remainder of this one and throughout the varsity game until that one comes to a finish. And rumor has it that we'll have a a replay of that game right around 10 o'clock this evening for those who can't catch it live. Was that a 3? I didn't see the hand go up. It was a 2, it was a long 2. Looked like a 3 to me, but foot might have been on the line, and once again with sticky keys, our scoreboard can't keep up with the numbers on this. That's Marshall. Now Akabar looking down low and tried to pop it out to Davis. Tried to pop it out to Marshall. Davis may or may not have had a shot there underneath. Knight Riders go to the penalty box, hooking on Peterson. So Fargo North South is now on a power play with 8:39 to go, leading 1-0. Another Class B girls score. Dickinson Trinity defeats Hazen 44-32 Class B girls basketball. Wide open for 3, and she'll put it up, and that one won't go in. 43-35, 2:10 and counting. Grand Forks Central maintaining possession of the basketball. They'll try and dribble in. Now they'll kick it out, and there will be a whistle and a traveling call. Grand Forks Central a little bit frustrated there with that traveling call. I think that was number 25. I don't remember number 25 on the roster for Grand Forks Central. Oh no, check that, it was 23. Mackenzie Castorino, I believe. And another traveling call. I tell you what, I'd be frustrated too if that happened to me. 43-35. Not that he made the right call, in my opinion, but I'd just be frustrated that I can't follow the rules of the game. So let's go ahead and take another look at the live look-in here on that Fargo North South as they are on the power play right now.
Folks, if you haven't picked up your 50/50 tickets, they're on sale right now. 50/50 tickets only $1. Support your Fargo South Bruins, and hey, you can go home with cash in your pocket. 50/50 tickets, pick them up now. Looks like we've got.
It's on the right-hand side of your screen there. I believe Fargo North South is in those dark gray jerseys, and then Grand Forks Central's in the white, or the Grand Forks Knight Riders, I should say, is in the white jerseys there. Once again, 6:10 and counting. It looks like that is indeed the clock. So 6:10, 6:05 now remaining in that first period of play. Fargo North South with the puck, working it in behind the net. Comes up to the near point, shot on goal, goes wide right, and they'll go out to the far boards. And once again, at last check, Fargo North South was on the power play. Not sure what that 1 means in the scoreboard there. Oh, maybe it's period 1. That's what it is, I'm guessing. All right, we'll go back out of that screen there and back to our live camera. With the ball now for Fargo South. Side, let's see here. I missed the jersey number. I think it was Cy Davis who had the ball. Now Marshall has it. Dribbles up top of the key. This is up to Ann Smith. 9 on the shot clock. Green on the near wing. 7 on the shot clock. 5 on the shot clock. Akabar has it. Drives in to the hoop. And that one will hit the rim. That'll reset the shot clock. And Ann Smith We get the ball, and you heard the slap all the way up here. That'll be a foul, stopping the clock with 1:03 to go. 43-35 is our score. Free throws up and in, 44-35, and it looks like with 1:03 remaining here, these free throws will be the icing on the cake here for Fargo South. As Grand Forks can rally quickly here. And they'll get the rebound. They'll push it up court over the timeline, poked away from behind. Grand Forks Central maintain possession of the ball. They'll get it over to the far wing. Looking inside, 51 seconds to go, 18 on the shot clock as it's tipped out of bounds. They'll go back to Fargo South, 44-35 with 49 seconds to go in the ball game. Grand Forks Central certainly had a couple of opportunities here in the second half to pull in close, and now go up court to Akabar. Akabar will get called for a travel. Go back to Grand Forks Central, stopping the clock with 45.2 seconds to go. Akabar will get it on the far wing. 20 seconds to go. About a let's see here, a 6-second difference on the shot clock. Game clock. 6 on the shot clock. Shot is up off the top end of the backboard. No good. That will clear the shot clock, and another shot is up. I believe that's Akabar underneath, and it went out of bounds, and it will be Grand Forks Central ball. 2 seconds to go. Grand Forks Central will maybe get a shot off. And that will bring us to the end of the game. Your score, 44-35. We'll go off here for a moment and then come back with your varsity pregame here in just a little bit on the ND Sports Channel. Thanks for watching the junior varsity game. Once again, your final score, Fargo South Bruins 44, Grand Forks Central Knights 35.
Thanks for watching this presentation of the ND Sports Channel. Did you miss any of the game? Check out Game